What's up guys, Matt here, back in Car Mechanics Simulator. You know what we do here, let's go find something cool to build. Oh guys, look what we have here. We have the Hoonicorn from Gymkhana 10. I've done the Hoonicorn before, but not the Gymkhana 10. And I'd really like to be able to do every version of the Hoonicorn that's in Car Mechanics Simulator. This is a mod by Payne, a very good one. So we're gonna make a play on this one for sure. Let's start the bidding. Let's see what we get to. This is gonna go pretty high, I would think. We're already at 2,000. And got it. I thought it was gonna go for a lot higher than that. 3,699, although it is quite rough and missing just about everything. Let's send it to the garage. I'm excited for this because I do want to get to the point where I've restored every single version of the Hoonicorn. Ken Block was, he was a special guy. Definitely the GOAT. Definitely miss him a lot. Let's get this thing washed. See what it looks like under all that dust. Yes, there it is. Oh, it's so good. Kill all tires. Oh, Ken. It's incredible the amount of rust on this thing. It's definitely been sitting out in the weather for quite a while. Get out the welder, move it over there, and get this thing straightened up a little bit. Use equipment. There we go. That's clearing up a lot of that rust. Now we can see the interior and everything's straightened back out. This is a mod by Payne, a very good one. Payne, he's got the best mods, I tell you. As you can see, everything from the engine except for the block is missing, it looks like. Let's see if we've got anything under there. Oh, we've got a drive shaft. At least one of them. Let's get that out of the way. And we're gonna have a lot of stuck bolts, I would guess, on this one. Because, yeah, it's rough. Spin around and get the other 4 bolts. Get that out of the way and take a look at what we're working with here. Yeah, we've got a crankshaft. How about that? That's all there is in there. Get this transmission off of here. And we've got at least a throwout bearing, pressure plate, clutch and flywheel. Get those out of the way. Clutch can come off. This is probably the worst condition I've ever done. Hardly anything left of the motor, but at least looks like we got the majority of the suspension there. Let's go ahead and pull these wheels and tires off. Now, that is a lot of surface rust on these things, at least on the wheel. And yeah, it gets worse for sure. I wonder if we're even going to be able to turn these brake discs. Although I think we're going to want to upgrade definitely to carbon ceramic, something like that. Get this wheel hub bearing out. Front wheel hub. Stuck bolt. Off it comes. Front axle knuckle cover. Get the upper control arm out of the way. We can pull off our shock absorber set there. And we do have sway bar front end links, as well as outer tie rod. Off it comes. Get the lower control arm out of the way. And we can get the steering knuckle, as well as the inner tie rod. Still has the rubber bushings. I bet that rubber is dry rotted and cracked and awful. Yep, it is. Get these rubber bushings out of the way. And that's it for this side. On to the other side. Now we can remove the steering rack and get the sway bar right there, and we can drop this cross member. And then we can get that front differential out of the way. Onto the rear. Just as bad. At least no stuck lug nuts on this back here. We get the brake caliper off. Well, as the pads and the brake disc. The axle out of there, the CV shaft axle, whatever you want to call it. And that's ready to come off. You can get this shock absorber out of there. Pull off our upper suspension arm. Yeah, I'm wondering really how much of this I'm going to be able to repair, if much at all. We're going to find out though. Because some parts it gets down to a low enough percentage that you just can't fix it. You gotta replace it, which is fine. We're gonna do justice to the Hoonicorn, of course. All right, let's tear down this side. And that can come off, and that's it. Let's go pull the engine out. Can I take the block out right here? I can take the crankshaft out. There we go. And yeah, we got to get from the engine bay to get the block out. And out it comes. Didn't even need to use the engine, the engine crane for that. And that is that torn down. Let's get the body pieces off of here. Get this thing torn all the way down to its core. No rear windshield. Got a front windshield. What else we got here that can come off? We got a front fender. And that's that. Everything is off. That didn't take long. Not long at all. Yep, can't even turn those brake discs. They're just too far gone. Let's see if I can repair much of anything else. No, nothing else. Cannot repair. It's all way too far gone. So we're gonna buy everything brand new for our Hoonicorn here. I'm really stoked on this particular wrap on this version of the Hoonicorn. I remember seeing it on the This Versus That against the Top Fuel dragster, I believe, or funny car. And I love that. It's so cool. All right, got all my replacement parts and a bunch of performance parts and got our engine started here. Got the block on, and now we start building. We can get our crankshaft on there, and then we can do our pistons. Performance, of course. We'll get all these in. Now we can do our rod caps, all 8 of them. Now we can get our crankshaft bearing. There's 1 and 2 and 3. From there, we can go with the oil pan. Get that all cinched down. And while we're here, let's do the power steering pump. Performance. Everything performance I could get, I got. So this is gonna be fun. Alternator and oil filter. I think we're ready to flip this thing over and work on the heads. Performance heads, of course, going on. Then from there, we'll be able to do our push rods. Well, we don't have our camshaft in yet. Let's throw that in. Camshaft going in. Now we can do push rods. Let's get all those in. And of course, our rocker arms. Good old fashioned, tried and true push rod V8. Let's go ahead and throw on our headers. Get those all on there. I love the stainless engine head cover. Get every one of these fasteners down. Then we can do our spark plugs. Then we're ready to build the other side. Now we are ready for our intake manifold. On it goes. Only 6 little bolts there. We're ready for our carburetor. All this cool performance stuff. I love it. Air filter base. Performance filter and filter cover. We are ready to put in our distributor. Let's go ahead and throw that cam gear on here. Then we'll throw on the timing chain. Get our rotor on and our cap. And can't forget the clips. I've done it before. And I'll probably do it again. But not this time. All right, performance fuel filter. We can get our timing cover on here. Such a simple engine to build. I love it. Water pump pulley, water pump pulley, then our harmonic balancer. On it goes. Ready for this serpentine belt B and the other serpentine belt. Now we can put our fan on. And I believe, oh, we gotta have ignition wires for sure. And a coil, of course. I believe that's it. that is ready to go in the car. Take it off the stand here and run it over to our engine crane. Install. And there it is. I love how far back it sits in there. That's so cool. All right, we can get rid of our engine crane. Let's take care of our under the hood stuff. We'll get our brake servo on here. Brake master cylinder, power steering reservoir, radiator. Gonna want that. As well as the fan housing, electric fan, and our coolant reservoir. And while I'm here, let's throw in our ECU. It's a $10,000 ECU, the stage 3. It's crazy. All right, I think we are good to go under the hood. In the air it goes. Now we'll work on our suspension stuff. Got our cross member in. Now we are ready for the steering rack. Get that sway bar in there. Inner tie rod. We can jump out here to the steering knuckle. Outer tie rod. On it goes. Front axle cover, knuckle cover. 20 rubber bushings on this car, I believe. If I remember correctly. A lot. Get our shock set on there. Upper control arm. Our sway bar front end link. On it goes. Ready for our front wheel hub. And we can get our bearing. There it is. I got the carbon ceramic. We're gonna need to stop this thing somehow, so I've got the best brakes I could. Get our brake calipers on. Now we need our drive axle. So we'll get that transaxle in there, the differential, front differential in there. Now we're ready for the front drive axle. Now we can put our wheels and tires on. I went with the white. It's as close as I could get to the American Racing, the VF 503s he had on the this versus that. They're pretty close. Okay, on to the other side. And that is the old front suspension completed. Let's move on to the rear. Mount our rear knuckle housing. On it goes. Knuckle cover. Wheel hub. Of course, some more carbon ceramic discs. Brake pads, caliper. Then we are ready for our wheel bearing there. Now let's go in here and do our lower control arm. Upper. Ready for our shock absorber. Then our rear drive axle. Now we can do our wheels and tires. And that will be this side done. On to the other side. While we're back here, let's throw in our fuel tank, performance fuel pump, and our battery. Got to put the power down somehow. Let's add our flywheel, performance clutch plate, or clutch, performance pressure plate, our throwout bearing, ready for our gearbox. I bought the adjustable one because I know we're going to need it to be able to set our gear sizes. And then our starter onto the drive shaft. And some of you may be asking, what is this bolting to back here? Nothing, right? It's because this is a mod, and you know, he did the best he could. We don't have to worry about exhaust down here. As you know, the Hoonicorn has amazing exhaust that comes out of the hood. Let's get our interior installed. We got a front seat, driver's seat, passenger seat, steering wheel. That's all there is to it. Onto the body. Front left fender. Let's just work our way down the side here. Doors. We've got these little step rails. What would you call them? That's probably for aerodynamic stuff, not for necessarily stepping on. But rear trunk clamshell, whatever you'd like to call it. Left taillight, right taillight, rear bumper. Very nice. I love the diffuser. That's so cool. Want to put on another door. Side, I'm going to call it a side diffuser. How about that? Front right fender. And of course, the engine cover. There's where the exhaust exits. Get our hood on, as well as our front bumper. Right headlight, left headlight, and our grille. I believe we've got everything on the body. It's 100% on the body, so there is no rear windshield or window for this mod. Before I forget, let's go ahead and fill up our fluids. I guess I'm gonna have to take the engine cover off. I didn't think about that till just now. Let's get our engine oil in. In it goes. Brake fluid, power steering fluid, and our coolant. Now I can put it back the way it was. And on goes the hood. Okay, I think we are ready to send this thing over and get an alignment on it. Get it down on the ground first. Looks so good. Get everything lined up here. It was way out on this side, that's for sure. And we're good to go there. Look at that thing. And we know we want to keep the livery the way it is, so let's get that taken care of. And get the rest of the car wrapped. There it is. Let's go ahead and paint or wrap. Moment of truth. Let's see if the thing starts. See if I messed something up or not. It does start. That's one thing I wish, yeah, I just wish the engine sounds were a little better for this game. It wouldn't be hard, I wouldn't think. All right, let's send this thing over to the dyno. See what the moment of truth is. Definitely gonna need more than 4 gears. Well, we can do 9. We might need all 9. I'll get this all worked out. That looks pretty good to me. Let's apply that. And get our carburetor tuned. And that's as close as I can get it. That'll be a plus 1.2, apply. Start the dyno. The factory power was 1,401 and 1,141 pound-feet of torque. Let's see what we gained here. Bouncing it off the limiter. And the survey says 2,365 horsepower, 1,875 pound-feet of torque. We gained 964 horsepower and 735 pound-feet of torque. This thing is insane. Awesome. Obviously a drag rating of 999. Oh, it just looks so good. Absolutely love it. Let's take it out and have some fun at the top speed track with the Hoonicorn. Let's go. Let's see what we can get it up to and then be able to stop. That's the big thing. We're already at 150. There's 200. 250. And we're bouncing it off. 259. Oh, we can do better than that. Little tweaks to the transmission. Made some tweaks to the transmission. Let's see what she does now. Already at 100. 150. 100, 200, straight as an arrow. 250. 280. 300. There it is. I think we need to stop. Stop, 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 stop. Oh yeah, we did it. 301 miles per hour. Let's see if we can better that on the way back. There's 305. Can we make it to 310? And no, overshot that by a lot. Stayed in it a little too long. 304 is amazing though. Getting above 300 miles an hour, I'll call that a win. Now we got to drag race this thing. God, look at it. It's so good. Will it J-turn? Oh, look at that. So good. Love it. Got to do Ken Block stuff. So satisfying. Rip to the goat. All right, here we are at the drag strip. I changed the rear end gearing a little bit, set up for a quarter mile. Let's see who we're up against. I'm guessing, oh, we're going up against Ford Mustang Drag, a Fox body. Nice. There it is over there. Looks like it means business. Can't really see it. It's a notchback. I love those. All right, here we go with the Hoonicorn. And we're going. I think we blew him away. There we go. I could have been a little cleaner on the shifts. Reaction time was good. Quarter mile, a 7.6 second quarter mile. He ran a 9.2. Yeah, we got him. Second race, we're up against the Hoonicorn. What do you know? There's not a lot of options at a 999 drag rating. So probably going to be up against a couple of them. Can't tell which version. Oh, that's almost the same version as us. Here we go. I don't know if we're getting them or not. I believe we are. The big blind spot right there. I think we got him. Yes, we did. We ran a 7.5 this time to his 8.0. Moving on against another Hoonicorn. We'll be racing version 4, Hoonicorn versus the world. And there it is. All right, let's get this thing. This will get us into the final round. And I red lit. Can't go out like that. I'm starting it over, see if I can get get to the final race. Made it to the semifinal. Here we go. Against the Ford Mustang Drag. All right, here we go. And I think I just smoked him. I don't see him anywhere. Let's see what we ran on that one. A 7.3, my best so far. And he ran a 9.4. We got him pretty good. On to the final race against Hoonicorn version 3. Gymkhana 10. We're going up against the same car we've got. Should be a good matchup. All right, here we go. Oh, he's right there. But I think we got him. We got him. Nice. A 7.5 to a 7.9. That's the closest race I've had yet. And I won 11,250 credits. Beautiful. And here it is in all its glory. I wanted to show you also my other two Hoonicorns. Yes, I love Ken Block. This is the Gymkhana 7 version 1. And then we got Climbkhana over here. Quite the collection so far. My goal is to do every version that is in this mod. This is usually the part where I sell it to see how much profit we make. Not gonna do it because I want to collect them all. But let's see what our profit would have been. 179,476. But no, she's staying with me, going in the garage. If you made it this far to the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. It really helps out the videos. I really appreciate it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to see a certain type of car, just throw it in the comments. I always read those. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And miss you, Ken Block. Really do.